Hello band! Welcome to lesson 1 of Carpathia. Today's lesson is going to focus on measures 54 to the end. You may be asking, why are we starting at the end? Well, the end happens to be one of the trickier parts of this piece, and I'd love for us to get really confident on this part so we feel really good about it. Before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit of history about the actual ship, RMS Carpathia. You can see it says RMS, which stands for Royal Mail Ship Carpathia. The maiden voyage of the Carpathia was in 1912, and it went all the way from Liverpool, which is in England, and traveled across the Atlantic to Boston, Massachusetts. The ship became really famous when it saved 705 people from the sunken Titanic. The Titanic had already sunk 2 hours before Carpathia arrived. So Carpathia went through a bunch of ice fields and icebergs and arrived at the scene of the Titanic and saved people from their lifeboats, the lifeboats that were provided on the Titanic. Some interesting things about this piece and things that we need to look for as we're playing the music. First of all, the key signature. If you look at the very beginning of the piece, the key signature are the flats or sharps that are shown right by the treble or bass clef. For the flutes, the trombones, the tuba, you have 3 flats in your key signature. The important one you want to watch out for is A flat. So most of your A's in this piece of music are going to be A flat. For trumpet, clarinet, tenor saxophone, you have 1 flat in your key signature. So most of your B's are going to be B flat. If you play French horn, you have 2 flats in your key signature, and the flat you want to look for are E. Most of your E's are going to be E flat. And for baritone and alto saxophone, your key signature has nothing in it. So that means instead of F sharp, you're going to play F natural. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and first finger. That's for most of your F's. There are a few F's in here that will be sharp. Another thing we want to look for are what are called accidentals. Accidentals are flats or sharps, or this thing that looks like a sharp, naturals. So flats, sharps, or naturals that are written right next to the note, and that will change whatever it was to the new note. Okay? Look for those, and what I usually do is circle those with a pencil so I remember. Also, the second to last note of the piece, we're going to see 2 dynamic markings right next to each other. An F and a P, a forte, piano. And that means we're going to start that note loud, da, and then immediately back off so it gets quiet. Da! You'll notice after that there's also a crescendo, so we'll crescendo after we get quiet. Da! Okay? A lot of cool stuff to look for. Let's get started with the demonstrations. I'm going to start with the flute part at 54. As we look at 54 flutes, you'll notice that there are actually 2 notes. That means you get to choose to either play the high note or the low note. Have fun choosing which one you play. That's called divisi, when we divide the parts. I'll play the top note first. All right, notice that the D flat that we have, that's one of the cool fingerings. It's no fingers except for the pinky down here. Also, the A that you have is A flat, thumb, 1, 2, 3, pinky. Okay, so make sure on this A you're doing an A flat. Okay, now the lower divisi part, if you choose to play the low notes, we start on an E natural, thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, with the ring finger up. Yeah, such a fun part. Again, D flat, the only thing we play or finger on a D flat is just the pinky. All right, moving on to the Clarinet 1 part. Clarinet 1, you also have a divisi here. I'll demonstrate both just so you can hear how that goes. Here's the Clarinet 1, starting at 54. Notice our E, our low E is an E flat, thumb 1, 2, side key right here, okay? Also, if you're doing the high part, we have an F sharp, which is register key, 1, 2, 3, middle, all right? Okay, here we go, 54, the high first clarinet part. The B, because of the key signature, is B flat. So when you see that B, register key and the A key. We're not putting the thumb down, the thumb key down for the B flat, okay? Here's the lower divisi part. 3, 4. Moving on, here's the second clarinet part. Second clarinet, you also have divises in your part. The rhythm is just a little bit different, so pay close attention, okay? The very beginning at 54, we have an F sharp, which is first finger only. And then right after that, we have an E flat, thumb 1, 2, side key, okay? Here we go, here's 54. I'll play the higher divisi part first for second clarinet. All right, the rhythm was just a little bit off in 55. I'll try and fix that here for the lower divisi part. The low B that we see there is B flat, so make sure you're doing 1, 2, 3, and 1. And then you'll notice a little tiny natural sign. It's not a sharp, it's a natural next to the F. Okay, that means we do just a regular F. So here's the F sharp starting in 54. So we start on F sharp, then go down to low B flat, and then F natural right after that. All right, next up, we have the first alto part. And the first alto part is similar to the clarinet part in rhythm. It does have a little bit of a difference. Notice that we have a B flat, 1, 2, lower side key, okay? And then we have a C sharp, one of my favorite fingerings, because it's, look mom, no hands for the C sharp. Okay, here's 54. cool. And then the second alto part starts on a C sharp. Look, Mom, no hands. And then eventually, well, the next note is going to be F natural. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay? And then we also have that same B flat. 1, 2, side key. We see that later. Okay? Here's 54, second alto part. 2, 3, 4. A lot of cool fingerings there that we have. Okay, we're gonna keep moving here, and the next part I'm gonna play is the first trumpet part. We again see some divisi here, so there's a high divisi and a low divisi part. I'll start with the high, and this is for first trumpet. Sorry, that was 53. Here's 54. You'll notice in 55 we have an E flat. That's the rock on fingering. Okay, 2 and 3. Right there. And then the B that we have, because of the key signature, B flat, first finger. Here's the lower divisi part. Whoop. 2, 3, 4. All right. Moving on is the second trumpet part. There's no divisi here, but we do start on an F sharp, middle finger down. 2, 3, 4. So we have the F sharp, and then again that low E flat, rock on, and then B flat. When you play B, it's a B flat. Okay, next we have the trombone part. Oh, I love this part. It's so cool. Has a little bit, it feels like a melody here. So we're gonna start at G, G, F, and then it's an E natural, second position for the E. And we see that E natural again later. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So G, F, E natural, D, C. Okay? Such a cool part. Play that out, please. It's gonna really, really be awesome. Next, I'm gonna kind of sing the bass drum part here at the end. Here's 54. 1, 2, here it is. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Roll. Boom. 2. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So a nice roll there. You're gonna need 2 bass drum mallets to roll that. And you really lead the crescendo in measure 55. Okay, and here's the snare part, starting at 54. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Man, that snare part is so cool. It really makes the piece just move along. Okay, band, happy music making. This is such a fun piece. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.